Hello, my name's Lee and welcome. I've always wondered what Battlefield game has the fastest walking and running speed. Many may find Battlefield 2042 fast compared to the other games, and I've always felt that Battlefield 1 is the slowest. So in this video, I will compare the walking and running speed of the characters in Battlefield 4, Hardline, 1, 5 and 2042 to see what game has the fastest walking and running speed and how they differ from one another. I will do this by doing two 50-meter races. I did want to include Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 3 into these races, but unfortunately there was no means to measure out 50 meters, so I had to exclude them. What I will do though is include their walking and running speeds next to the other games, but without the timers at the end of the video, just so we can get an idea of what they are like compared to the others. For these races, the games are installed onto my PS5 and I am using a capture card to record the footage at 1080p 60 frames per second using OBS. In each game, I tried to find a relatively flat surface and used either a wall or a tree to mark the end of the race. Where I could, I selected the sniper class and equipped a sniper and a handgun. This is because generally there are no movement perks in this class, plus this class has tools to help me measure out the distance. In BF4, I went to the test range and used the rangefinder on the sniper to measure 50 meters away from a tree. In Hardline, I had to go into one of the two active online servers to do this, which made things a bit challenging. I stayed near my HQ and used the distance above a capture flag to measure the finishing point on a tree and then walked back 50 meters away to find my starting position. I checked in the server settings to see if there was any speed modifier changes. I'm not sure if it can be edited in this game, but everything seemed normal to me. In BF1, I had to go into another active server, but it was easier because I managed to get in one with a few players. I used the periscope to measure 50 meters away from a wall. In BF5, I went to the test range and used a pole with the distance above it to find my starting position. As there is crouch walking and running, I recorded a race for each of these two. In BF2042, I loaded up BenBit's aim trainer and used the ping to measure out 50 meters away from a wall. As there's a tactical sprint, I recorded a race for this as well. So once I had found my starting position, I equipped the handgun, then recorded a walk and a run to the finishing point. I took all the footage into my video editing software to go frame by frame to exactly find when each character started moving and came to a stop. Before I show you the races, note down what game you think is the fastest and slowest. Then after you've seen the results, let me know in the comments down below if you were right, wrong or surprised by anything. So are you ready? Here we go. Let's start with the walking race.
Halfway there, we have the upper hand.
Now onto the running race. Let's look at the race results. I've listed the positions and times it took for each game to hit the finish line. I've also included in brackets the time difference between the leader of both races too, so it's easy for us to compare. I want to note that this is in seconds and frames because the DaVinci Resolve timer uses frames over milliseconds. So, BF Hardline has the fastest walking and running speeds. I was not expecting this to be so fast to be honest. BF5's crouching speeds came bottom in both races, which this was to be expected. BF1 came second to last in both races, which confirms my initial thoughts of it feeling like the slowest game. However, I was very surprised to find that BF5 is very close to BF1, with it being 10 frames faster in walking and 7 frames faster in running. Not much is separating them, which is weird because I feel like BF1 is sluggish compared to BF5. Maybe it's the fluid movement system in BF5 that makes it feel better. BF4's walking came second place, then BF2042 in third, with these also coming very close in time. In the running race, BF2042's tactical sprint came second and was almost as fast as Hardline. BF2042's normal running took third place and BF4 came fourth, but here there was barely any difference. As we can see, just 2 frames separated them. We can actually bunch them into groups. Hardline is outright the fastest. BF4 and 2042, both with modern settings, have similar speeds between each other, and BF1 and 5, the World War games, both have similar speeds too, but are just a tad slower compared to the previous 2 games. Overall, the running speed for all the games are pretty close to one another, all within 1.37 seconds. That's not a huge difference. There is a bit of a difference in the walking speed though, where they're all within 3.46 seconds. I think you can definitely feel this in gameplay. I said at the beginning of the video that some players say BF2042 is fast. I would assume that their first Battlefield they played was BF1 or 5. The first game I played in the franchise was Bad Company 2, then I went on to play BF3 and 4, so when I played BF1 for the first time, I noticed that change of speed. I always thought that Battlefield 5 felt better and a bit faster than Battlefield 1, but I guess other factors such as the game's pacing, map design, time to kill and weapon balancing all contribute to the overall speed of the game too. Plus, there's probably different speeds for moving in different directions too, along with acceleration and deceleration, so there are probably things I've not looked into. Here in this video I just focused on walking and running in a straight line. Next, I'm going to show you the walking and running speeds of Bad Company 2 and BF3. As there are a lot of games to fit on the screen, I've put them each next to BF4 and BF1 so you can get a closer look. Then I put all the games together, but I removed the BF5 crouching and the BF2042 tactical run. I tried my best to measure out approximately 50 meters, so these are just for getting a feel for the speed compared to the others. Let's take a look.
Halfway there, we have the upper hand. Halfway there, we have the upper hand. Halfway there, we have the upper hand. Halfway there, we have the upper hand.
So I think that all 3 of these games have similar walking speeds to BF4. Bad Company and BF3's running speeds feel a bit slower than BF4. I'm not even sure if BF1 was a bit faster. I may have had a higher field of view on in BF1, so I don't know if that made the appearance of speed look different here. I could be wrong about BF3 and maybe it is similar to BF4. I'm not sure. Let me know what you think from your experiences of playing these games. I do think that the running speeds overall in all these games are rather similar and not too far off from one another. It's a shame that I couldn't measure out 50 meters in these games. I really wanted to include BF3 in these races. Moving on to my final thoughts. My observation is that I think these speeds are a design choice based on the era each games are set in. We can see that BF2042 went back to BF4 speeds, so with Battlefield 6 in development during the making of this video, I would guess that it will keep a similar speed to BF2042 and BF4, because from the concept art and gameplay teaser, it is set in the modern era. Personally, I think what would be good is to see the return of the crouch walking and running from Battlefield 5 and the removal of Battlefield 2042's tactical sprint, because I don't think that's needed. I also do hope that DICE stick with a walking and running speed similar to BF4 or BF 2042. We will have to wait and see what direction they take. Let's end it on that note. I hope you found this interesting. If you liked this video, please like, subscribe and leave comments down below. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!